Okay, I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Sometimes I'll make it home, y'all. They're wasting. No one can make it go away.
All right, welcome everybody to another edition of Miss Bomey's Zone, where she has seen her sixth grade teacher. Okay, here now for everybody who's listening, there's an older gal and an older guy. So I don't know who the teacher. I don't know who the cousin is or who the teacher is. Okay, all right. Wow, wow. Next time you get next time, don't say did. Yeah, you don't have to say did. You said not only did my cousin did him. I'm have my cousin have for a T. You don't say did. My cousin did him. My sister did him. My mother did him. I got great grades. Well, you can just say he was their teacher as well, because also the words had him could be. My mother had him. My cousin had him. My nephew had him. My sister's mother's cousin on my uncle's aunt's side had him. She's like, I used to know, I used to know English before I got that teacher. Oh my heavens! Wow, he was my he was my cousin's teacher as well. He was my sister's teacher as well. My sister did him. My cousin did him. You said did him you said did him as a teacher. I'm like I don't where does did him as a teacher come in at? What, she's like, yeah, I did him, but I did him as a teacher. Okay, so. Still gotta put that hat in, man. I'm just so shocked he was the sixth grade teacher of so many people in my family. Nope, they had him. You tiptoe all around, man. You're like, I could fall off this in a second, but he didn't have me, so. Wow. Right now, that poor guy is listening to the radio going, no, no, no. Is there a call-in number? No. Oh, damn it. Oh, wait, you know what? Hold on. Oh, you know what? I screwed up now. Oh, my heavens. No, your line wasn't finalized. All right. Oops.
Well, that's
All
good. They
that,
missed that whole
all that
conversation.
joy, yeah, all that joy and fun. They just missed that. Your line wasn't finalized. Whew.
Phew.
Should we go back to you having people having your teachers? Wow.
Oh, So that was like a whole private conversation going on
Oh
there.
yeah,
We heard it.
there's 3
Yes.
minutes of your squirreling that nobody got to hear but me.
Oh boy.
Oh my heavens!
And
Wow.
how the show's gonna start.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
that was funny.
That was.
I won't even
hilarious.
bother to try to explain that because I don't.
You can't, you know.
No. Let's
It's like
just
trying
say. Let's just say if you ever wondered if she was naughty, yeah. It's just it. Just yeah. Yeah.
My volume is low.
Hold on. Let me get them pulled up here.
I was
Okay.
just gonna say, I don't have my mic that far away from me.
All right. That should be much better.
Okay. Is that better, guys in the chat room? Give it a second. Anyways, yeah. So, good thing nobody heard that conversation.
Well, I'm kind of disappointed because I think people would have had a whole new view of you.
They'd be like, okay, about that Ms. Bomey character.
They'll be like, you know what? I think we're just going to put explicit on everything she does.
Oh God, there goes my heart.
Oh, they didn't hear anything. There's a lot of there's a
boy.
lot of hads and a lot of dids on a sixth grade
Hats, halves, dids.
teacher. Yeah. Woo. So,
Okay.
favorite
Anyways.
TV shows of all time. We were talking a little bit when we
Yeah.
first got started. One of the things I was laughing at was how many shows. I learned this today. I mean, it's one of those things you know, but you don't know that you know. Now, what do I mean by that? Holy crap, that sounds crazy. Like Star Trek was only on for a few years, and it was like way the hell a long time ago, generations ago. Yet everybody knows that Star Trek. Everybody loves that Star Trek, and it's been
Yeah.
shown so many times in syndication. It's showed more times in syndication than it did when it was live. Same
Isn't
thing.
that funny?
Yeah, it was same thing for MASH. I was blown away. I mean, MASH is on. MASH plays now on daily, 3 times a day, on satellite. So you're like, so it's on 3 times a day. That's 3 weeks worth in one day. But they play it every freaking day except for weekends. So you're like 5 days a week. That's 15 times. There's only like 30 shows in a season
Wow.
back then. So I mean, you know, it was one show a week. You know, and you played
That's
for half the year. Yeah, so you're like, holy crap. That's a lot of freaking goddamn. You think about how many thousands of times it's shown after it left the air. It showed more times off the air than it did when it was on.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, and they were talking about cult followings, and that's why I put MASH in the promo
Oh, yeah.
was because it's considered.
There's so many people that followed that show.
But all generations. You have kids now. If you like watching MASH, I'll go. I ask my kids. You know, they watch MASH. Yeah, if I'm up all night long, I got nothing else to do, and the reruns are on, like you know, that whatever that Nick at Night show or TV Land. That's at TV Land. Whatever.
TV Land.
Yeah, they'll watch it on that, and yeah, it's funny, you know. But it's like you're still, but your kids know it, and you're like, holy crap! It started in black and white, so there wasn't even color TV. I mean, you're like, damn, yeah, that's an old show. And do you remember who they were originally?
On MASH?
Yeah.
The original characters?
Believe it or not, generations have. You know, I mean, you're talking. I mean, there's actors who have already had children who have gone up to become actors and become famous actors and have an entire career. That's how long that show's been on.
I was just gonna say because I know that there was a couple that that I can remember, but I cannot recall the names.
Well, Donald Sutherland.
Yep.
He was one of the leading roles in there. Donald Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland is his son. He's grown up, had his own career, an entire career. That's how long that show's been on the air. That freaking long. The guy had a kid, and this kid grew up, became an actor, and had an entire career. Yeah. Yeah, and Ed's talking about Rat Patrol. Yep, I remember Rat Patrol. That was a cool show, Rat Patrol. That was a cool military show. That was real cool. 12 O'Clock High, absolutely. Star Trek Next Generation. What? You had me on Star Trek, but not Next Generation. I just could not do that one. I just couldn't.
Well, if you lived with Eric, you had to watch all of them.
Yeah, I couldn't do that one. It wasn't the same. It wasn't as good. It just wasn't that great. I didn't find it to be, the guy with the freaking glasses that wandered around with all the face paint on. You're like, yeah, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. Wipe that crap off your face. That's just Lost in Space, Douglas. Very good one.
Lost in Space, yeah. Danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah. But see, now I love math. And for those people listening, I put in Doctor Who for that same exact reason. It's considered a cult following show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And believe it or not, Jeffersons. I couldn't believe it.
That one too?
Believe it's still on the air.
Okay.
But it was on for a few years, and then they had the spin-offs. Mm-hmm. Spin-offs that be good. And it was a spin-off. Do you know what it was a spin-off of? Let's see if we can get that. Jeffersons is a spin-off of another show.
I don't recall. I know that I heard it, but I don't recall.
Oh, Archie.
The bunkers.
Do you remember
Bunker
Jefferson
and,
Jefferson was a guest appearing person on there all the time, and they got into all kinds of fights and arguments and stuff, and the show came out of that. Yeah, Archie Bunker. They just said it. Yep. Yeah. And that show was called All in the Family. Mm-hmm. I've heard so many people go, yeah, Archie Bunker. You're like, that's so funny. Everybody associates the show as Archie Bunker, and it's not even the name of the show. It's All in the Family.
No.
And who knew that the crazy liberal nutbag in the show, married to Archie's daughter, was going to grow up to be a crazy fucking liberal nutbag?
For real?
Yeah, meathead. Oh yeah.
No, I mean, was he for real?
He is for real a crazy nutbag liberal. Yes.
That's very liberal.
Oh,
way out there?
Yeah. Way out there.
Okay.
No. Oh, Douglas said Maude. Yes.
Maude.
Maude.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Maude. That was a great show. It was one of those, there was a lot of those just okay. They were great. They weren't, I wouldn't say great. They were okay, cool shows that you could watch if there was nothing else on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it said Rob Reiner. That's right. Rob Reiner was the guy who played Meathead.
Oh, okay.
Come here, Meathead. And he was married to Sally Struthers.
Sally Struthers.
Who made a living doing what? Raising money for the children.
Yep.
And one of the worst fundraising organizing companies. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not go there. Anyways, quickly we'll just say hi to some of the people that joined us in the chat room so far. It looks like we've got Douglas and J-Dog. I don't know where the rest of you people are, but
well, if you get a chance, guys,
be
sure and share it if you can. Just press the share button, share it. Sometimes people forget. Like Jimmy, your boyfriend there.
Yeah.
He
probably
forgets.
Asleep.
with his alarm set, it's going off right now. Tilly's looking at him going, will you please just listen to the sound and shut the alarm off? He's just sitting there, snoozed.
Stop it already.
He'll wake up at 11 and go, whoa, the alarm's going off. Okay. Damn it.
Douglas said watching TV.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yep.
This was kind of a fun one to just kind of cruise through the different lists and what people thought were their favorites or what was considered popular. It was kind of fun to go through all that.
There's all kind. I mean, we all had ones. I mean, I loved all. Now, back in those days, there wasn't a whole lot of learning stuff on, but there were shows like there was one called Nova that was on a long time. But you only got to see that like little segment. Those were like 1 minute segments on a Saturday.
Well,
didn't get to
and
see a
then
lot of
what
it.
were the ones that they used to do for the after school special? Remember where it was the cartoon? It said would talk about like. Do you remember that though? Or am I smashing two things together and having another?
Oh no!
slow
Oh no!
moment?
But I just
Okay,
you
thank
know.
you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.
All right, I'm just like Christine wants to talk about the after school specials.
Not the shows, but remember when they did those little cartoons like Conjunction Junction? What's your function?
That's what I was
You know what
afraid
I'm
you were.
talking about?
I was afraid you were going to bring those up.
Those are always 1-2 minute things too.
Yeah. There were segments on Mister Rogers too. Remember that show, the Trolley of Make Believe?
Thank you, J Dog Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh yeah, there you go, Schoolhouse Rock. Wow. Okay, well I don't know if that's in reruns or not.
Oh no, that was just having a squirrel moment because you started saying, 1-2 minute, excerpts of things that
they would do
put
these
out there.
little science things. There was one when I got a little older, and it was called In the News, and they would have a globe spinning, in
Yeah.
the news, and they'd give you a couple little pieces of it. I loved that stuff. All right, and there was a couple of the shows that I liked, and one of them drives me crazy right now. I don't even know why. I didn't like the show. I couldn't tell you one person that was on the show, but for some reason, yes, here we go. I'm gonna need therapy after this again now. For some reason,
gosh.
I can't forget the address.
227.
No, it was for this show called Zoom. I didn't like the show, and I don't know why. To this day, I can go send it to Zoom, Box 354, Boston, Mass. 02134. Send it to Zoom. I heard that so many times as a kid. I'm like, I hate the show. Why do I still remember the address? They would sing that, and all my sisters loved it. So once you're subjected to this, because back in those days there was one TV, kids. That's right, one.
Yeah, you didn't have your own. You were not that.
And if you were in a household that was cool, wicked cool, the TV was on a rolling cart that your parents would roll into the bedroom so they could watch TV and you could go to bed.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was only one TV, so you're kind of stuck listening to it. And I don't know why that stuck in my head, but boy, I still can't forget that address. All these years, so it must have been one popular address. But you'd hear him singing that, so that stuck and burned its way into my head. But mine were always learning. Like I think I have more favorite shows now than I did back then. But I liked some of the cowboy stuff. I liked watching, Matt Dillon. I liked Gunsmoke. I liked all those kinds of shows. I loved The Lone Ranger. That was a cool show.
Oh, you did?
I realize I'm talking all black and white stuff right now, but Lone Ranger was a great show. Like I was talking about Rat Patrol. That was a good show. I liked those. And that was back in the day when Disney would put out some it was a big ordeal. They advertised it for like a week, and they would put out their one of their shows, and they always did some pretty cool shows for television. They had a child star when I was young. He was a child star, a little tiny kid who was real popular on those Disney ones. You know who that was, Christine?
Kurt Russell.
Yep.
Yep.
He was like 6.
Yeah. He was in a lot of Disney stuff.
Yeah, he became real popular.
Oh yeah.
6x3 cabinet with a yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But that was one of the floor models that had like the television on it. Scott Mowry.
I can remember we got one more, yay. Some of them from like the early 70s. The ones that I used to like way back in the day was Emergency.
Oh yeah.
I used to love
Squad 51.
Yeah. And I know you're gonna laugh at me for this one, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Partridge Family.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Well, that means Christine's line's closed.
Yeah, I got on the Partridge Family bus and I'm out of here.
Holy
You know,
moly!
the other one that I always thought was really fun, like a fun one to watch just for giggles. The Monkeys.
Now, see, I like that one. I thought it was cool.
I loved Davy Jones.
Now, back then, did you watch any of the other ones? I mean, there was a Jackson 5 one, and
Yes,
the most
watched that
famous,
one too.
one of the most famous ones was the Other Family. What was the other family? You're missing one family. You said the Jacksons.
Why am I having a brain
You
fart?
said the Partridge Family. You said the Monkeys.
Brady
The
Bunch.
no, that was not. No.
He said family.
Music Family. There was a Music Family. Come on.
Ah,
You're missing one of the Music Families.
Cowsills?
No, the Osmonds.
Oh, the Osmonds.
That girl, the girl who hawks diet food now.
Donnie
like-
and Marie Osmond.
Yeah, Marie Osmond. She's like, I'm 156 years old. Look at me.
Yeah.
You see me? I'm
Um,
100 years old. Look how I look.
They used to have,
She was-
they
yeah.
used to have a music show.
Yep.
Think
They
of
had-
along the lines of music show. Did you ever watch Sonny and Cher?
Oh, of
My
course.
mom always had to watch that. We couldn't
Even
miss
though
it.
she's a nutbag, even though they treat
Yeah.
the liberal nutbags now, back in the day,
Yeah,
that was a really
that was a fun show.
her and Sonny were really really fun to watch. They had
They were.
there was a lot of people who had variety hours, but I mean theirs was fun. I mean I've watched. I'm at the right age. I know me and Jim. Yeah, we're ancient, but I got to watch a lot of those variety shows, and there's a lot of really great ones. I mean, and some of the stuff that was in reruns
Mhm.
then was stuff my parents watched, so you could see every once in a
Yeah.
while. You'd see some of the old Milton Berle stuff and all that. And Johnny
Mhm.
Carson was in full swing in 1972. So
The Tonight Show.
well, the Tonight Show was on before that, but it wasn't Johnny Carson. There were some
Oh,
other
okay.
there was other people that did it. You know, that I can say a name and you just look at me and go, huh? Oh, what?
Who's
but-
that? Yeah.
But Carson took over in I think it was 72, and
Okay.
yeah, and then so I watched him from when he was on until he left.
Mhm.
I watched Carson, so I mean that was probably one of my favorite shows. I did enjoy his. I did enjoy the way he did it. Absolutely, Jack Parr.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Some of the
Carol
comments
Burnett.
that are
Carol Burnett show.
Yeah.
Another
in
great
the
one.
chat room there. Okay. Adam
Douglas-
12.
Douglas wants to know, so who was it, Danny or Keith? I'm going with Danny for her. Jade.
Partridge.
Yeah, Douglas, she definitely had the hots for Danny. Look. Who's she married to? A modern day Danny. A miniature
funny-
redhead. A miniature
Funny
redhead.
that you mentioned that because the first time that my uncle saw a picture, because I sent a Christmas card picture to, or a Christmas card with a picture in it to my uncle one year, and he goes,
You married Danny
"So this is
Partridge?
the guy you're dating?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Bonaduce, eh?" That's it. It stuck.
Yep, Danny Partridge. Carol Burnett. Carol Burnett was a great show. I enjoyed that.
I loved the Carol Burnett show when
Yep.
I was little. That was always so much fun
Cobra.
to watch.
Up, Cobra Burnout's here.
Oh,
Cobra. Yep.
Boom.
Those are cartoons. I mean, we'll do cartoons in a little bit. Let's do the shows though
Yeah.
for right now.
But,
But I
all
mean,
the popular shows, the shows that were entertaining, the shows that had music, there was a lot of them when you look back in that time frame of the 60s and 70s.
They had some
60s,
cool-
early 70s.
they had some cool game shows that were fun back then. Bet Your Life.
Yeah.
Groucho's. I think he just. Ed, you'll have to help me. I can't remember when Groucho Marx, when his show went off the air. You Bet Your Life. Say the magic words and the chicken will come down. You remember that? You don't remember that? It was,
That one I can't say I remember or ever saw.
yeah, it was Groucho Marx. You Bet Your Life. They had a rubber chicken in the air, and it had a word on it. If you said the magic word,
Mm-hmm.
the chicken would fall down, and you win yourself some money. Beat
And
the
what
Clock was
it?
good. Columbo was
Mhm.
good. Yep.
What was the one where they had like six celebrities, I think, and they would
Hollywood
have
Squares?
two contestants on,
Hollywood
and
Squares.
they would have to. No, it wasn't Hollywood Squares. They would have to. They would say
Match game.
match game. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Where they would say pick a fill in the blank of a sentence and then
Yep.
match it to the.
Your dog is so crazy. He's always licking his blank. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Oh, some of those could have easily
Oh,
gone
yes.
some sideways.
Oh. And they did too.
Yes. J-Dag mentioned Columbo.
Yes, that was actually I liked Columbo, and another one that I liked
Yeah.
was who was the coroner? Hold on, Quincy.
Quincy?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Jack Klugman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, does anybody remember? I'm trying to think of what it was. I think it was called Night Stalker.
Yes.
I
He was
dug
the
that.
reporter.
Yeah,
reporter.
I dug that show.
Oh, that was fabulous.
He was
when you were a
always
kid.
fun. He was always putting himself, and you're like, dude, this is impossible.
Dude.
Who is getting chased by a book that wants to kill them? I mean, the guy would always be in the most insane thing.
Oh,
best
your
game-
phone's-
The best game show movie? I say Running Man. Oh well, if it was real, yeah, that would be awesome.
Kolchak. Yeah.
Koshak, that's it. Yeah, Kochak.
That's
yeah,
it.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
yeah,
like
that's
that
right.
one.
That was I'm glad yeah, because I couldn't remember what it was called. But yeah, that was a freaking crazy. That was nuts.
Well, yeah. It kind of along that line. You can't not mention the Twilight Zone.
No, Twilight Zone was also amazing. Absolutely.
Awesome. Mhm.
I love the way those movies with Columbo, they were always these simple, silly. They were so simple,
Mhm.
you didn't think about it. He's like, well,
Yeah.
sir, you said you were in the shower, and you discovered it. Yeah. Well, we haven't been in here since then. And he turns the shower on, the steam fills the room, and then you see "Help me" on the thing. Where'd that come from, sir? Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait a minute, you found the message from the dying person written on the mirror, and the steam
Mirror?
uncovered it? Oh no! Yeah, there was always such
Oh.
insane endings. You're like, get the hell
Yep.
out of here. Rockford Files. There you. Okay,
Yep,
Cobra.
yep. I was
You
going to
have,
mention
you have
that one.
redeemed yourself. There you go, Rockford Files. That was
I was
great.
just going to mention
James
that one. That
Gardner,
was a
yep.
good one.
Yep, love that. That was a good one. There was lots of copycats that came later on that never did it, but Rockford Files was
Yeah.
an original. There were so many though that came after that, where they were all detectives and stuff. I think Magnum PI did
Mhm.
good, did very very well. They're actually
Yep.
bringing it back. There was a couple other ones. There were some guys on a boat that was like a copycat of Rockford Files. I'm trying to think what that was called. A bunch of guys lived on a boat. I can't even think what the hell was. I can't even think what the hell was called. It was just. There were so many
don't-
spin-offs of the Rockford
only thing-
Files.
Yeah. Miami Vice is the other one that comes to mind.
Those-
That
those
was
were
really
cops.
popular.
Yeah, those were
Yeah.
cops though. But
Yeah.
the whole private detective thing in the 70s, Rockford Files started it, and there was a series of a whole bunch of Streets of San Francisco. There's a good one, Scott.
Yes, that's a good one too.
Yeah. And why can't I say? I can't say the
What's
name of
the
it
guy
now.
at the name
Sergeant
that-
Friday. Sergeant Friday. I can't say the name of it now. Why can't I say the name of the show? Son of a
Sergeant
gun.
Friday.
I can't say the name of the show, though. Friday. Come on. What the heck? Oh, come on. I can't say the name of the show. Cannon and got a great show. I love that.
Cannon, yeah.
Cannon.
The
Why
heck
can't
was
I
the name
say
of that
it?
show?
I can't say it. It was an ordinary day, just like anybody else.
Yeah.
On Friday. Police force.
Mhm.
Dragnet. There you go. Oh,
Dragnet,
thank you.
thank you.
Don't just say me. Why? I'm sitting there going, oh my God, why can't I say the name of the show? I loved it.
What was the one that did Telly Savalas play the cop too?
Kojak.
Kojak. Was it
Kojak.
Kojak?
Yep. He's looking at you,
There
baby.
really was a lot of
Oh yeah.
Cop
Well,
shows.
the detective shows, the
Detectives.
cop shows. Then there was Then we also had a whole series of medical stuff. You already said emergency,
Mm-hmm.
which some people consider. There's two names.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of shows that for some reason people think have two names. You have emergency, then you have Squad 51. It's the same damn show.
Mm-hmm.
But there was
Emergency.
what was the hospital one that had one of the Charlie's Angels girls in it?
Not the-
Kate
not
Jack.
ER,
Kate
no.
no Kate Jackson. It was a hospital show she was a part of. We're talking early 70s. And it was immensely popular. Immensely popular.
Somebody mentioned Rescue 911. I cannot think of the name of that one.
What was that? I'm trying to think of the name. One of these guys has got to know it. Kate Jackson was in it. It was the same time
She
as
played a nurse.
yeah, same time
Hospital?
as I think it's actually a spin-off of scenes from Emergency.
Mm-hmm.
The Rookies had Kate. Okay, all right. It's a spin-off of the Rookies. Okay, Scott Morey just thought the Rookies had Kate Jackson. Yes, that now she was always in the hospital when they would bring in people from the Rookies. Okay, from the show The Rookies. But there's a spin-off from that. That's what it's from, is The Rookies, where Kate Jackson is the star of the show in a hospital scene. I'm trying to think of what the hell it was.
I
What
don't
in the
know.
world was that? I'm trying to think of what that was. Tell me some more you remember that you dug.
Well, I'm going to kind of jump a little bit into the 80s now, because one of the other one that I thought was kind of funny, just for giggles, was the Golden Girls.
Oh.
I did like it. I'm sorry.
See, I was with you with Maude. Same, by the way, Maude was in the Golden Girls. You know that, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I know.
And there ends my knowledge of the Golden Girls. Now there was some of the
I just
stars
thought
of
it
the
was
Golden
just
Girls
funny.
that were in that show, that Southern show that was kind of cool. I watched it every once in a while. It was nothing amazing, but it was a fun little Southern show. I'm trying to think of what the hell that was called. Crap. I am having so many brain cramps today. Dixie Carter was in it. Annie Potts was in it. It was set as
Southern show?
Designing Women. That was it.
Designing Women.
It was
yeah.
every once
Yeah.
in a while. Every once in a while it was okay. It was funny. Every once in a while, it wasn't a great
Well, that's
show.
what I mean. It was just funny. I mean, I thought the Golden Girls were funny. I don't think it was like a super great show. Don't send hate mail. Just my opinion. Saying. But yeah, there's been like a lot of different TV shows and TV series and TV themes, if you will.
It
throughout the
appears.
years.
It appears I am wrong. It appears that who was it that was right? Scott Mowry. I guess there was not a spinoff. I guess that was it. What I'm thinking is just that show. She was in the Rookies from 72 to 76. Jill Danko. She was in 92 episodes, which may be why I'm thinking
Oh,
it was. She was in a lot of episodes.
yeah.
But apparently, as soon as that was over, she moved right over to Charlie's Angels as Sabrina Duncan.
Well,
So- Yeah, apparently I am not correct.
how about Gilligan's Island?
Oh, I love Gilligan's Island. That's just a funny show to enjoy.
Okay, I'm just kind of going on the funny show avenue here. Addams Family.
Yep,
That was
Loved
another
it.
one that
Another funny
I
show.
loved.
yep.
It's
loved it.
just funny.
Did you watch the final episode, by the way, of Gilligan's
Of
Island?
what?
Gilligan's Island?
Gilligan's Island.
Did you ever see it? They
I
tied the.
probably did, but I don't remember because it's so long ago.
Well, they got rescued.
Yeah,
It's kind of hard to forget that part.
I know, but I don't.
All the
remember
rest of them, they didn't get rescued.
But what was the premise for them getting rescued, Mr. Smarty Pants?
They heard there was a giant typhoon coming, and so the
What?
professor got the brilliant idea they were going to tie all the huts together. and it would be like a giant raft, and they would float away to safety. And they did.
Okay.
And they did.
All right.
And they were saved.
Well, I knew they were saved. I just couldn't remember what the premises was for how that happened. Another funny one that I liked.
Didn't excite you much there, little buddy?
No, sorry. Bewitched.
Oh, yeah, that was a fun show. It was fun. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them that in my brain were just like, I can sit down and turn this on. I don't have to worry about someone telling me how to think, feel, anything like that at all. Those were just little fun shows you'd watch once in a while. Bewitched was one.
I know that you like the black and whites. Here's a
Oh.
fun show from back in the day. The Honeymooners.
Oh, God. Jackie Gleason, of course. Are you kidding
To
me?
the moon, Alice! To the
I
moon!
love Jackie Gleason. Now, what was the last sitcom Jackie Gleason played in? The last one.
I didn't know that there was going to be a quiz. I was just throwing it out there.
I'm just asking you. Jackie Gleason was actually in another
I
sitcom.
don't,
Before he died, he was in another sitcom. What
I don't know which
was
one
that
was.
sitcom?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
I'll tell you, the guy who was the star of the sitcom has now passed. So they're both passed. Yeah, just recently, too. Not that long ago.
Hmm.
Nanu, Nanu.
You lost me.
Nanu, Nanu.
Work?
And Mindy. What was Jackie Gleason's role in Mork and Mindy? He was the baby. Remember the full-grown baby in Mork and Mindy?
Oh my God.
That was Jackie Gleason.
Where do you pull this stuff? What closet doors are you going in? I mean, you're digging way back in there.
I've got my television box down.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, yeah, loved it. Loved it. Absolutely. Fun.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah, and that was Burt Reynolds' wife's show. Who was she?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sanford and Son.
Oh, yeah. Dun, dun, burner. Dun, dun, burner, dun, dun.
Yep.
Andy Griffin, yes. It was a good, it was a, no matter what anybody says, it was a good show. It was a good fun little show.
Oh, Cobra was saying that 80s was great TV shows too. Knight Rider, Airwolf, A-Team, Fall Guy. Those
Yep.
were, I remember.
Airwolf
watching
was a great show. I enjoyed it a lot. You have to. Those were shows you don't. There were so many shows you'd have to think. Just sit
No,
down,
They were just entertaining.
half hour, maybe
Yeah.
an hour of just some fun. It was entertaining,
Mhm.
and you just enjoy yourself. You don't have to worry about having an opinion on this or that.
J-Dog also mentioned Happy Days.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Hey.
Oh, question from the chat room from Real Cobra. Do you prefer the Andy Griffith show in black and white or when it went to color?
Black and white. Black and white.
Yeah.
How many
I
bullets?
was gonna say that.
How many bullets were in Barney Fife's gun, Christine? How many bullets were in Barney Fife's gun?
None.
That is actually correct. How many bullets did Barney Fife have on it?
Now you're going to make my brain hurt. I didn't know there was going to be a quiz.
Douglas just gave you the answer.
None. One
One.
One.
And where was that bullet kept?
in his pocket.
That is correct. His shirt pocket.
I was just looking at something else that somebody had commented on. Oh, Scott had mentioned the Munsters.
Oh yeah, Monsters was fun. Those were just. See, I wish they had shows like that now, where I don't have. I don't have to. I don't need to be a part of anyone's opinion on it. I just want to have a show where I sit down and go, yeah, this is why I watch Discovery Channel
Yeah.
and all that shit, because there's no one's trying to trick me into having a liberal brain mindset or whatever. They're not trying to have a political discussion with me. They're not trying to tell me I'd be a normal good person if I gave money to them. There's always so many agendas nowadays with television. That's why I watch so much of the Discovery Channel and all that stuff. I mean, it's even happening to the cooking channels now. They're freaking getting
Yeah.
they're getting political. It's like I want to learn how to make beef burger. I don't want to learn how to freaking be
I
a
don't know
good.
how to do the souffle. I don't want
I don't want to hear your political crap.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. But back in then, no, it was just television. They were trying to get ratings. They were.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, watch this
Well,
show. It's fun.
that was the goal back then, was to try to get ratings. So I fast forward, ahead now into the 2000s. I gotta talk about one of my all-time favorites. Well, actually, two of my all-time favorites.
I'm dying to hear it because I'll tell you what.
Well,
I know it's not about a restaurant.
One.
I know it's not about a restaurant.
Well, one, Sopranos, because we already had a whole entire show on that.
If I don't know that one,
guys, forever.
if I don't know that one, I need to go somewhere else and have a show.
But the other one is Sons of Anarchy.
Gee, how did I know it involved somebody beating the living out of somebody else? And
You got the three. You got the bikers that are the bad boys doing bad things.
Well, I know.
Fabulous.
Christine's like, there's bikes,
And there's
bikers,
boys.
and bad.
And bad boys.
She probably gave Breaking Bad a shot because it said breaking and bad in it. It's just, I'll give it a try. I mean, I'm Italian. There's breaking and there's bad in it. I mean, there's got to be something good about it, right?
Yeah. I loved SOA. That has to be like one of my favorite. And that, there's very few shows for me that can capture my attention and keep it and then be like, yeah, I want to come back and see the next episode and keep going, from that point on. And Sopranos and SOA were two that really did it for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in the early days before he went political, I mean, Bill Nye was fun.
Mm-hmm.
You could have a little fun, back then, but now he's all political.
Yeah.
You had Naked Science was good. Beekman's World, that was funny.
That
was funny.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually hilarious. I thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy a few of the outrageous acts of science stuff, where I mean, all that kind of stuff I love. But the ones the big move for me was when we got. I don't have to pay for it now, which I can't believe. I had to pay for it for so many years. Was when we got the NASA channel. I mean, that was I was in heaven then. A 24-hour a day live feed into the space station. You're like, get the hell out of here. You're not always watching them. Sometimes it's outside.
Yeah.
But I mean, turn on the television and go, what are you doing? I've actually turned it on before. People go, what are you doing? I'm looking at the Earth. They go, what? I'm looking at the Earth.
Why?
You go, what do you mean looking at the Earth? Think about it. What year is it? And I turned on the television and I'm looking at the Earth from space. What part about freaking cool is that not?
I have to agree with you, J. Doug. I wanted to quit when they killed Opie. Opie was one of my favorite characters too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy now in the sense of how fast that they can pump out, like one show after another. When back in the day, you had to wait.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like, here, this is on at this night at this time. You're done. You gotta wait till next week at this time on this day.
You hear things like this. Okay, everybody, welcome to the 37th season of Survivor, and you go, 37th season of Survivor. That means Survivor started when I was like in my they do 2 seasons a year now. Now they crank out 2 seasons with a few months in between. We used to have to be, you waited and you had to wait till next year. You actually had to wait till next year when it came out. Now, I will tell some of my let's do this one, Christine. Some of your guilty pleasure shows. These don't have to be anything special. They're just a show that for some reason you enjoy it. I'll go first because everyone's going to make fun of me. I can guarantee this. Well, I mean, I like the cooking shows. I mean, I like, because there's no, I don't know, they're not political. Right now, I'm so anti everybody trying to give me a political opinion on television shows. I literally don't watch them for that reason. But I enjoy Survivor. Believe it or not, I enjoy Survivor. Yeah, I enjoy Survivor.
I would have never expected.
I like watching the challenges, and I like watching some of the stuff they do. All the drama crap, yeah, you can take that and stick it. But I like watching those challenges. I usually watch it on the computer because on their channel, their Survivor channel there, they only show the challenges and the elimination challenges, which is what I like. I like watching those because those are pretty cool. I mean, I do not do Big Brother. It would make me vomit. I just can't do Big Brother because all that is drama. All that is drama. That's it. It's only drama. That's
But
it.
it's somebody else's drama. It's not your drama.
I know, but it's just drama. I mean, think about how I watch Survivor. I watch Survivor only the challenges because they're cool as hell. Fear Factor was fun, except for Fear Factor. I had a few close calls with running to the bathroom. They're like, okay, today you're gonna be eating the guts of giant worms, and you're like, going, yeah. There's a few things there. Yeah, there's a few things there where you're like,
a few.
Well, no, but he's got a very good point because they had some insane challenges though. The food one was terrible, but you had to do some. I mean, I saw them on a train once, and they had to hook themselves. Obviously, it's all safe as much as you can be safe, but there's still a fear there. Hook yourself onto one of the old mail bags as you're going by on a train. Now, long ago, the mail was dropped off. They would hook it up on the train. It's hanging out, and it would hit this pole. It would catch it. As the train went by, they didn't have to stop. So they had you on that, and they wanted you to hook yourself onto that. That's a lot to think about. You're hanging off a train. He says I couldn't make it on Survivor. I think I could get on Big Brother. I couldn't make it on Survivor with my bad back.
Yeah.
Dead duck eggs. Yes.
They
really
God. Put those people through the paces
God.
for those
That was
shows.
one of them. J-Dog just threw out one of the ones I couldn't do. And they did it on Survivor too, and I almost died. They're dead. They're half.
Do
How
I
do you
have
say
to
it?
know this?
It's a half. It's an egg that's like half embryo. It's got like feathers, but it's dead now. And they're like, okay, crack that puppy open and munch it. And they eat. Oh God,
no.
they eat. Oh God, that's so gross. Oh,
If you could just see the face that John was making.
good God Almighty, it's horrible. You see that and you go, oh man, I feel for these people.
Oh,
Glad it's them, not me.
No. What twisted individuals make this challenges up anyway? I just want to know.
Well, they have some. On Survivor, they have some pretty crazy ones. I mean, after like let's say 20 days with no food, you've had a couple of grains of rice. Every freaking like day, you got to do hard labor work, and then all of a sudden they shove it to a challenge, and they're like, I want you to drag this thing out of the ocean, dive down underwater, get a bunch of stuff, get a key, drag this stupid thing clear across the ocean, get over here, climb up, then they're like, and build a puzzle. You're like, built what? And they'll have some crazy, insane puzzle. There's all these people just staring at it, trying to figure out the simplest
How
thing.
are we gonna do this? Yeah.
But they're so tired. They're so beat down. They're so, it's fun. I like to watch the challenges. Because those for me are just, I enjoy the hell out of those. But you can do it on television. I mean, you can do it on the computer. They have a CBS Survivor channel. You can go on there, and they don't put the whole show on, which is perfect for me because I don't want to watch the whole damn show. I just want to get to the challenges. I do. I have a lot of shows I do that on. I TiVo it all, fast forward it, and just watch the portions I want to see.
Yeah.
It's like I watch BattleBots, and they have such long, friggin' drawn out crap. And they want to talk about the robots for a little while. I always TiVo it. I fast forward it. I'm waiting. I want to see the three lights. I want to see yellow, 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 green. Boom, done. Okay, now I'm there. I watch a lot of shows on fast forward. I have parts I want to see. That's it. But I like you ever watch BattleBots?
I've seen it once or twice.
Once or twice.
Yeah.
Girl, there's entire seasons. They're going for the big nut.
I know.
Oh, there's some crazy ones. Talk about robots that have blades flying at like 300 miles an hour. They hit each other, they tear each other to pieces. Chunks flying, batteries catching on fire, robots on fire in the middle of the arena. It's cool as hell.
Bill Cobra says he watches all the E-Bomies and fast forward.
Yeah, get to the good part, right?
No one got time for an hour.
He puts it on fast forward, looking for the E scale. Okay, all right, cool.
Okay.
Got it. Got it. That beer is a 9. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Now, is there any silly or like science shows or stuff like that you watch?
How it's made.
One of the greatest shows of all time.
I knew you were gonna say it. I like that one, and I like Forensic Files.
Ooh, good one. I love that. Yeah. 48. Well, 48 Hours now is no good. The original 48 Hours, the first
Yeah.
one, was good. Now it's on like ABC, and they're like, oh, let's throw a little politics in it.
And the other one that I like to watch too is
Junkyard Wars, yes.
oh yeah, that one too. But we were talking about that the other night at dinner. Johnny likes that show too.
Forged in Fire. Oh, good one, Cobra.
I like Lieutenant Kenda.
What?
He is a retired cop, and he tells a story about how he solves the murder cases that
Oh, okay.
he got.
That's on the Learning
I
Channel.
don't
right?
know. I don't know if that's the name of the show, but that's
Yeah, that's the
who
blonde.
dude
That's
is.
light colored hair.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
know who that. Yep. I know which
yeah,
one you're
I
talking
like
about.
that one.
Those
Yeah,
are all cool. I love those shows. They're all cool. Those are shows. See, those are shows that I have now as my stupid guilty shows.
Okay.
Because there's no politics in it.
I mean, I like those. They're pretty entertaining, but you just have to like watch. You don't really have to think about it. But the one that would be my absolute all-time guilty pleasure, and you're gonna give me shit for this, so don't even go there. Beverly Hills Housewives and Orange County Housewives.
Oh my god.
See?
I'm gonna have a moment of silence because Christine has left her head and mind. Now there was a show. I'll tell you this one. There were back a long
I
time.
just think it's kind of funny that all
Okay.
these people. Okay, just let me finish real quick. I just think it's kind of funny that these people who have money, they have their health,
And
they
no
have
life.
they have, they should be having a life,
They
but
don't.
yet they're causing like all kinds of problems and drama with their friends in their inner circle and stuff. It's just crazy.
That's
Stupid crazy.
It's just a nutty. I don't know. For me, I've given many shows.
I know you're not a girl.
Oh no! I accidentally left the television on one night. Okay, I left it on, and I wake up. It's like, I don't know. It's like 2 a.m, and there is this rather odd man on. I thought at first it was a woman, but apparently it was a man. So I'm like, what the hell is that? So I went to change channels, and all it is infomercials. So I'm like, shit. Now I'm awake. So I put back on this guy, and one of his kids shows up. So apparently it's a guy. One of his kids shows up, total freaking snot, and then another kid shows up, and he's got this beautiful daughter, absolutely lovely young lady, till she opens her mouth. And she's a freaking little snot. And then you're like, what is it? I don't even understand what the show's about. What is it about? Are we like the Beverly assholes or something? What is this? And I'm sitting there, and I mean, I still don't understand the premise of the show at all. But it's like Quisly. And then I started seeing advertisements. I'm like, wait a minute. I accidentally left the TV on one night and woke up, and this garbage was on, and I couldn't even figure it. Now imagine you have nothing else to watch. You're watching the show. You can't even figure out what the show is about. You're like,
Oh, no.
but it's been a half an hour. How can
I
I,
know.
someone who's been watching TV for decades, not even figure out what is this show about? There's a snot guy with some snotty ass kids. And he has a snotty ass wife, and they're all fucking snots.
Mm-hmm.
And then the show's over, and you're going,
Yeah.
"What the
just
hell
happened?
is it?" And it was like, it's like Glisley, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute. So it's just a bunch of assholes? You made a show about a bunch of assholes? No wonder it's on at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it's
It's
either
the only
assholes or drama. It's one of the two. It's
I'm sitting there going, what is this show? That's probably the dumbest one I've seen recently. It was so freaking stupid. I mean, you just sit back and go, I can't even believe that was on. But they what do they got here? Let's just end here.
I'm trying.
Oh, they're talking about there was belief at first that Hitler had escaped, and they had some shows where they were trailing movement of vessels that left Germany. Now I'm ad-libbing, guys, so I'm not going to give you actual facts of your shows, but there are shows that they moved from one area of Germany to another area that was sympathetic, and they ended up, I think it was, they said they ended up in Argentina. They did find relics, not necessarily Hitler stuff, okay, but they did find relics and stuff that led them to believe the Germans had fled Germany and come to, I believe it was Argentina. Now, was it Hitler? I don't know. I don't remember seeing anything about that. It was. I remember they were there doing some. They were doing like an archaeology dig there in the area. Monster Garage, another good one.
Yeah, it's good. Douglas also mentioned a while back Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, my kid's into that.
That's hilarious. It's like, oh, okay, here's some dudes. Let's go travel around the country to all these haunted locations and let's film it.
But all I ever hear is this. They go, okay, listen, shh, quiet. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Wait, stop. No, rewind that. Rewind it. Rewind it. Shh, Christine. Shh. Did you hear that? Holy crap! Oh my God! I think we found evidence. I think we found something.
What did we say? What was that? What were they saying?
Or you go, hello, who are you? You know. Yeah. Did you hear it? He said, "Get out." He said, "Get out." I heard. Rewind it. He said, "Get out." And I always wonder how does the ghost know to talk to the tape recorder? Because they weren't around when he was there. You figured the ghost would show up and sit beside the guy and go, "Hey, what the fuck's that?"
Oh, okay. So that's the thing that I find funny. And I mean, like, haha, funny, strange, funny, whatever context you want to put it in. I remember watching one of their episodes. They went to Arizona. They were actually in Tombstone. Supposedly, the birdcage is a haunted location. Yeah. So they decided that they were going to break out their equipment and check it out and do their thing. So this is like back in the cowboy days. So how are you going to know if you can talk to a spirit? And I'm not saying that you can or you can't. I'm just saying if you could talk to a spirit, you're going to hold out this device in your hand and tell the spirit to talk into this device?
Well,
like it's going to know?
Well, think about this. And you and Eric should know this. Once all the cameras became available for everybody to have for security cameras, everybody did the same thing. They didn't clean the security cameras. I am sure you do not have a day once a month, even though you're a clean freak. I guarantee you do not have a camera cleaning day where you walk around and dust the freaking cameras. But you'll look at the camera and see a web across it. Or one of those dust particles. One of those spooky ghosts.
Orbs. All the time.
Yeah. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been laughing because most people know I have a son with autism. So up until a certain age, we had to have a camera watching him in his room so we knew he wasn't climbing out a window or something. I can't tell you the number of times I've gone, what the fuck was it? Wait a minute, what was that? And there's orbs. There's orbs all over the place, except for their dust, and it was a infrared camera. So, yeah. So you really learn a lot when you have one of those. You go, wait a minute. I don't buy any of this orb crap. I got orbs upstairs right now.
Douglas said all the ghosts want to kill Zach.
Yeah.
Zach, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm not even going to try. But he's the main dude that decides like what the location is that they should go and.
Well,
check out.
and now Cobra was talking about, they don't actually talk to the electronics. It's just that's what they use to pick it up. But I always wondered if the ghost is there and the ghost. Now, here's the thing, though. People go, I saw the ghost. I saw him right there. Now, the guy's made himself, the apparition has made himself right in front of you. So this is a guy that can go from afterlife to present. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of power now. He can go, look at me. Do you see me? He can walk in your room. He can open the door. But the fricker can't talk, so you can hear him without a tape recorder.
Well, you do have a good point, Cobra. Supposedly, ghosts don't talk into the device. The electronics are just a natural conduit.
Okay,
that
and
pick up the
bearded CB.
Oh, hey.
More times than you ever want to know. And the other one that really almost killed me was those stupid Wiggles.
Oh! I know what you're talking about. No, don't even. I don't want it in my head because it'll stay there swimming around.
Fruit salad, yummy, yummy. Fruit salad.
Stop!
Wake up, Christine! Wake up, Christine!
Oh God. Oh yeah.
Oh my heavens! Oh yeah, it's. I mean, television has been great.
J-Dog Teletubbies.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
There's another one. Get it out! Get it out!
Oh no! Those are the days when you go, please hate it today, please hate it today. Oh, he wants to watch it today. Okay. Wonder Pet. Oh yeah, and I don't. I mean, Wonder Pets was like a welcome to that was whatever the hell that thing, that whoopsie thing. Oh my God, what an annoying thing.
No,
But
Barney was annoying.
well, like right now, he goes to sleep to a it's strange but a cool show.
Mm-hmm.
There's music playing, all right,
Yeah.
and think of a big pane of glass, maybe a half-inch thick pane of glass, all right,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a light underneath it, and then this lady just walks up, grabs a handful of sand, and she throws it all over this glass, and then she draws pictures in the sand, but like really well done, like a full
Really?
picture. Yeah, he falls asleep to
Wow.
that. Right, he falls asleep to that now.
I just thought, since we're talking about many, many different TV shows, I found one website. I don't know which one this is, but it's the greatest TV shows of all time. I think that these were people's opinions. So I did not put this list together, so don't yell at me. But I'm just going to write down the top 10.
Oh well, yeah. I would love to hear what other people thought. Cobra wants to know if we were Fraggle Rock. The kids were.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, the kids watched
Oh.
Fraggle Rock.
Another one that I just wanted to quickly mention, it didn't make the top 10, but number 11 was Sherlock. That was played on the BBC.
Yeah, that was okay.
Benedict Cumber. I didn't mind it.
Well,
Okay,
no,
anyways.
there were the funny ones. Like for me, BBC. There was what was the one with all the kids? They were crazy, insane nut kids. I'm trying to think what it was called. One of them had like stars literally hammered into his skull. Oh yeah. They were,
I missed this bus.
oh man, it was
What?
fun. They were funny. Like
Oh.
general stars, he had them put on his skull, and they're like, I'm sure they weren't real, but they're supposed to be like hammered into his head.
Yeah.
And he was like the wild, crazy rock guy. And it was just hilarious. It was a funny film. It was when Bean first came out, but Bean wasn't in America. It was back on
Okay.
BBC.
Huh.
Someone will know that one.
Somebody will
Wild.
mention it in
I
the chat room.
don't know if it's Wild Ones or Wild Bunch or whatever.
Yeah.
Or something, but it was on BBC, and it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. It was really funny.
Okay, let's go down the top 10, starting with number 10, The X-Files.
X-Files was good
Mhm.
until they started looking at each other.
They said, what?
Looking at each other.
Did you say licking?
Looking at each other.
Oh.
I'm sure later they were licking each other too, because I mean, Christine to the gutter. Please take the 4th floor up. Christine to the gutter. Can you come up to the gutter, Christine?
I thought you were. I'm like, I don't remember that episode.
Christine's like, I want to get to the gutter, but what button do I push? The up button.
No, what was No, you went there. I did not. I just was.
Oh wait,
asking.
I said looking at each other. You're like licking. I don't know. There's no eyes. There's no eyes in looking.
I'm sorry.
Scully.
I wasn't paying close enough attention.
The only name I remember even from that is like Scully or something like that. I can't remember which one
Yeah,
the Scully was.
Scully.
But there's a
Fox.
guy. There was a guy and a
Fox
gal,
and
and
Scully.
he was like into the
Dana
stuff.
Scully and Fox Mulder.
Yeah, he was into the stuff, and she was like, you're crazy. There's no such thing. And then all of a sudden they started looking at each other, and they're like, I love you too. And then it's like, okay, what is this crap? What is this? You're supposed to be hunting crazy, insane aliens, and he's like, I love you too. Good, lick me. Christine wants you to lick me.
No, I don't. Moving on. Number 9. The Twilight Zone. There's no
Awesome.
looking going on there.
No.
Number 8. The Sopranos. Number 7. MASH.
Oh yes.
Number 6. Star Trek, the original series.
Yes.
Number 5. Seinfeld. That was one that we didn't. Really
Seinfeld.
discuss.
Seinfeld was funny, and they did tiptoe around. They tiptoed around and stuff, but I mean, it was. I could watch it.
Yeah, I could take it or leave it. Number 4, Friends.
Friends was way better, but Friends was way too freaking like.
Yeah, well,
It was
you know,
It was political, and it was like I don't know. It wasn't my thing.
my niece watched every episode.
Do you know what I
And
did
watched
like?
Every
What was the
episode.
one that had the lady from Twister? She looks just like that. That Lily Scobie or whatever the hell looks just like her. Helen Hunt. Helen Hunt had one. What was it called? Mad About You. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that one.
That was good. Number 3, The Simpsons.
Yeah.
That's-
I know what it is. I've watched it several times. Many episodes I've seen. It's been on
I can't get
forever.
into that.
But it's not.
Yeah.
But it's not like a. For me, it's like you rushed home. You hurried up and went to the grocery store. You rushed home. Why? Why'd you rush home?
Yeah.
To see. Hey, I bet you rushed home for The Sopranos. I'll bet you did.
Oh yeah. Number 2 was Game of Thrones. I
Sorry.
didn't know they made that into a series.
Haven't seen one episode. So yeah, see there you go. Prime example, Christine. It's been on for a long time, but it's more than a series. It's like a weekly show or something like that.
Okay. It's an American fantasy drama television series created by David Benoff.
Yeah, it's a TV series.
Okay.
And there are so many people that live and die by that show. Here's I'll tell you what I saw. I'll tell you what I saw one episode. Okay, I forget who was here. Had to see it. Might be my brother Jeremy or somebody was here. Oh, I always watch it every week. Okay, fine, whatever, watch it. And I remember I was sitting there, and this kid climbed up a building,
Mhm.
and as he climbed up this building, he looked through a window and saw a guy humping. There was people humping each other on the show. You don't see all of it, but there's no hiding what he's doing. And they're like literally in the middle of a.
What?
Yeah, it was really freaking
This
weird.
guy's climbing a
No,
building.
a kid climbed up a building, apparently saw this stuff, and then the guy walks over to the kid when he's all done, and he shoves the kid off the building and kills him. And I'm like, what the hell was that?
Punishment for watching me knock my boots. I don't know.
But what was that? This is prime time. What the hell were you? What was that?
Okay, that's. I got nothing. I
Yeah.
have nothing.
And I remember whoever it was here was what I was like, you know what? That sucked ass. Sucked ass.
And the number 1 is Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I never watched it.
I couldn't get into that series.
Did watch the MythBusters do the Breaking Bad proof episode where they proved whether or not because now see not MythBusters wasn't on there once. Sad. Should have been. There were no science shows on that list. Sad. Should have been.
When was that? Was the popular? That was TV shows of all time.
That's
No,
sad.
favorite TV shows.
Good Eats wasn't on there. That's a great show.
Oh no, they called. Well, they said this was the greatest TV shows of all time.
Well, if you're going to give me
They listed it.
Alton Brown being a wingnut, but teaching how to make Chateaubriand and Breaking Bad, I'll watch Alton Brown. Bill Nye's good. But now I can't tolerate him. Bearded CV. They whenever they cross the line and they go into all the politics crap, it's like you're supposed to entertain me. Entertain me. That's what you get paid for. I don't want to hear about here's my political beliefs. I don't want to hear it.
Well, they even have a list that they compiled of the longest running.
That's right. Good Eats does show you to make beer,
Scripted.
bacon, and jerky.
So there's a lot of different ones out there.
Here, turn around and ask Johnny what his favorite. Turn around and ask Johnny what his favorite show of all time is.
Johnny, what is your favorite show of all time?
TV.
Those?
Of TV.
Of TV. My favorite show of all times. Ooh.
You're going to have to give him a minute to think about that. Do, 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 do.
Yeah. I'd have to go with, God, it would almost be SVU because I've watched it more than almost any other show I've got.
Which one is that?
Law and Order, SVU.
Okay, there you go.
Now,
SVU.
that is that. I've enjoyed many of those
It's
episodes,
just,
Mhm.
it's
But-
all the time.
Yeah.
but there are so many knockoffs of that
Mhm.
that SCI thing or SVI, whatever the hell it's called. Good God, there's like SVI Los Angeles, SVI Las Vegas, SVI New
Oh,
York.
that's NSC.
SVI.
And NCIS is what you're thinking of.
No, that's a good one too.
That's a good
No,
one, too.
no. NCIS has 3 as well. Yes, they have Los Angeles.
Yes.
But the one Johnny's talking about.
You're gonna do shows.
Oh, Law and Order?
Yeah.
So there's the original Law and Order, the Law and
Yes.
Order
Yes.
Special Victims Unit.
Correct.
And then there's more of them.
And
Criminal Intent.
Yeah, and I was always with the. I watched the first one all the way through, and then I
Yeah.
watched the got hooked on the SVU, and I just never went. Oh, go ahead.
Like the NCIS, I like the original, and I like the New
Mhm.
Orleans. I can't deal with it. I cannot deal with the LA one. I cannot deal with NCIS Los Angeles. Number one, the miniature crazy looking chick freaks me out.
What's that?
She wouldn't go out until I turned the light on.
Yep. Sorry.
It's dark
Yeah,
out there,
Shall
Johnny.
be out.
It's dark out there, Johnny. Yeah, NCIS Los Angeles, I hate that one.
Oh, yeah, Seabreed said, Bearded CB82 said that there's like 9 variants.
Yeah,
Or to quote some shit.
yeah.
9 variants of what?
Of the Law and Order.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
That's
why
the only 3 that I could think of right off the top
that's
of my
why
head.
I'm not a big fan because it's like it's just overdone.
Well, they did LA. They did
Yeah.
Law and Order LA. They tried to do a bunch of knockoffs
Yep.
of it.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, John said. Cobra was watching and enjoying the Lethal Weapon series, but they killed off Riggs and replaced it with another actor, so I'll no longer watch it. That happened to Sam, who happens to my stepdaughter, who loves Doctor Who. Because I guess now they're having a female instead of a
yeah.
male, and she's like just lost her crap about that one.
Yeah. And next it'll be a
Yeah.
it'll be
Have a channel.
a non-gender.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, it'll be a non-gender Doctor Who.
No, it'll just be who,
Who? Yeah,
because you don't have to be a doctor to be accepted.
right.
You're like, well, is it a guy or a girl? We don't know. We don't care.
We
Doesn't
don't care.
matter.
We're just gonna go with who.
Yeah, it's just who fits perfectly. Who is that? That's who.
That's who.
Yeah. If it was good enough for Horton, it's good enough for you.
Oh my gosh. We covered a lot of shows.
Oh yeah. And we didn't do any of the cooking
How
shows.
many?
You have a cooking show, and you didn't do any cooking shows. What are your favorite cooking shows? Come on. Before, but I want to hear you tell me a show that you enjoyed before the Food Network. I'll go first. Yen Can Cook. PBS Yen Can Cook.
Who was the lady on PBS?
Julia Child.
Julia Childs.
All right. Anybody else?
And then there was another guy. He was a Southern guy. He had one on PBS as too.
Oh, yes.
And he used to say, "I guarantee." I
That's
loved
right.
watching him.
That's right. Oh, that's a wonderful thing. I guarantee.
Yeah, I guarantee.
And then there was the Italian chef who
Yeah.
introduced everybody to the freaking stupidest salad I've ever seen. His big thing was steam saute. With a steam saute, he would saute it and then he put the lid on and go. Why put the lid on there? Steam saute. And he could make a salad in under a minute, a full salad. He'd take 2 heads of lettuce, he'd cut them into quarters, he'd drop the 8 pieces into the bowl. He'd cut the tomatoes into quarters, he dropped them like that in the bowl. He'd cut up a couple big chunks, hold the olive oil in the air. Okay, one. I'm trying to think what his name is. Something Ducci or.
I don't remember seeing that one. Bearded CB says the Cajun guy always added white wine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's true.
I'm trying to think because the show was on after the painting guy. Remember the painting guy?
Was it?
Oh, we're gonna put a little squirrel over here. Happy little squirrel over here. Yeah. Right after that show
The
was
painting guy?
the painting guy, Jeff or whatever. Remember he had a beard and he had an afro.
Oh, yeah.
And he was always
Painting with
always putting a little
I don't know.
happy little squirrel over here. Happy little squirrel. Happy little squirrel.
There's a happy mountain here. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what that chef's name was. My goodness. Oh, Bob Ross.
see.
Bob Ross was the painter.
Bob Rossi or Bob Ross?
Bob Ross was the painter.
Okay.
Yeah. And before him, you had John. I think it was John Nagy. We're going way back there. John Nagy, I think, was before him. I'm trying to think of what that damn chef's name was. There were 4 or 5 cooking shows on PBS. And his was one of them.
I don't remember.
I remember the Cajun guy, Julia Child, Japanese cuisine, anything Asian was Yen. Yen Can Cook.
Mm-hmm.
That was him.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Would have been during the 80s.
Douglas, Chef Boyardee.
Yeah. I don't think it was Chef Boyardee.
I'm just saying.
We had Chef Paul.
remember.
You remember Chef Paul with the beard?
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the 2 girls that were there. You had Martha Stewart, Julia Child.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? I'm sitting here trying to.
I don't remember.
I'm looking at pictures because all they're showing me is pictures. I'm trying to see if there's a picture of this guy. What the hell was his name?
You got
And,
me
and
on
he
that
was
one.
and he was older then. He was older then.
Mhm. Yeah,
But,
I don't. Nope. Don't know. Doesn't sound like anybody. Or doesn't sound. Nobody's commented in the chat room either. So
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are going to remember that.
no. Yeah, there was a lot.
I'm trying to think, what the hell was it?
I don't know.
It was the same time as It was the same time as Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith was the Frugal Gourmet. Remember him?
The Frugal Gourmet. Yeah.
He was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Smith was a blast. I'm trying to think. Oh, damn.
Real Cobra Borno said Emerald.
No, not Emerald Lagasse.
No, but it's not him.
But the one you were talking about was Justin Wilson.
Chefs. Some of the chefs had their own cooking shows, like Emerald. He had it.
But not back then.
But not back then.
No. It's like Jeff Wilson. That's your. I guarantee that's your guy right there.
Yeah.
That's your guy there. This is back when, I mean, good Lord. I mean,
You're
you were
digging way back in the closet. Nobody can
Yeah.
open up that door.
Julia Child was only like 80, you know.
I don't know who that. I don't know which person that is that you're talking about.
God, I
I
can't.
don't have a clue.
I'll think of it. I'll think of it someday. But it's not Emerald Lagasse.
So that'll be great. We'll be doing another show with a different topic, and we'll be going along, blah blah blah, and then John will just blurt out the guy's name, John Smith.
Hold on.
We'll be like, what?
I'm not a girl. That's what you girls do. Finish conversation from 2 weeks ago in the middle of a conversation. That's what girls do.
You'll do it. I know you will.
No, I'll be like this. Oh, Christine, what? You know what? Do you remember? And I'll set it up. Do you remember when we were talking about? Girls go like this. Oh yeah, I know. It was so funny. He was taking the trash. Oh my God! You know what? What? It was that. You go. Wait. What? What? Don't listen to me? I told you it was weeks ago. I told you that. That's weeks ago. That box is put away. I don't have that box down right now. I can't change boxes that fast.
Said the Galloping Gourmet.
No, but I know what he's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a tough one here.
It is.
I'm trying to think
Now
of
you're
this
gonna
guy.
make everybody go do research.
Yeah, but he was like freaking. But the funny thing is he's the first person I ever seen make that stupid salad. I never thought in the world that salad even existed.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like, "Oh, we gotta make the West salad. We're gonna make the West salad." And he's like, he literally hits a freaking head of lettuce twice. Once it cuts in half, once it cuts in quarters. It throws the quarters in the bowl. And then he does it again. Then he does it to a freaking tomato. And then he does it to a freaking cucumber. You're like, wait a minute. How I don't have a bowl big enough for this salad. Why do I need a knife to cut my salad? You're making the salad. Just make the freaking salad. I remember it used to drive me crazy. He made that salad for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Have a little salad. Make a little salad here. You got a second? You got a little make a little salad. And boom, boom, boom. And you're like going, oh my God, this is insane.
I have no idea. Now it's gonna bother you, and then you're gonna be sitting there looking on the internet to find out who the dude is.
So if your phone goes off at like 2 a.m, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not looking at it. Wait, John figured out who the guy was.
John
I know.
figured it out.
It's driving me crazy. He figured it out. He wants to
Who's
draw me
texting
into
you
his
at 2 in the
insanity.
morning?
He wants to draw me into his insanity. Screw that.
Yep. Not gonna do it.
Guy Fieri, yes.
Yes,
I like it.
He has
Yeah,
a good show.
I like his show. That Diners, Drive-In,
Mhm.
Drives. Oh, and by the way, for everybody who
Very
wants to
good.
know, this is a tip now. Good Eats, the original
Mhm.
show, is coming back out.
It is?
It's coming back
Oh.
out
Really?
in 2018. Wait a minute, but this is 2018.
Well, when in 2018?
Must be soon because there's not a lot of room left. 2.5 months left, so it's got to come out soon. Yeah, I know they're gonna. I know they're launching it again.
Real Cobra said, next topic, television chefs, and are their recipes worth a damn? That's it.
I'll
Never
tell you,
thought
Cobra,
that.
that's a much better show than one I would have liked to have had, which is What's Your Favorite Restaurant? That would have been a short interview with me
Listen,
and Christine.
mister, I couldn't pick up the meatball off the dirty floor and eat it.
Christine, what's your favorite restaurant? Don't have one. Okay, that's over. Great show. Thanks for guys for being here.
Wait, I thought
intro-
this was supposed to be an hour-long show.
The intro music will last longer than that interview.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Good night.
Yeah. Tune in next time and we'll ask her who her favorite person is.
Not too
That,
many
an-
to choose
that answer will be my dog.
I think that's what I posted on Facebook today.
That's why I
My
said it.
favorite people. Yeah, my dog.
All right, what else you got? Or are we?
I
closing?
won't think. We talked about like a lot of different ones. We kind of went through the whole time frame with the different decades. We talked about, the good shows, the bad shows, the crazy shows, the ones with drama, the ones that had no drama. We even touched on some supernatural stuff. We touched up on some.
Wait. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
What?
Did you hear it? The ghost that was talking to you just now. You didn't hear that?
No.
I'll rewind. I'll rewind it for you.
Could you go back and turn up the volume?
The ghost was leaning right over the mic. I don't know why it didn't pick him up.
Yep. Yes, Cobra, my favorite restaurant is not Taco John's. I can tell you that much.
There's nobody who will live that moment but me who went, okay, well, in the middle of talking about Mrs. Bomey in an interview, I asked her what her favorite restaurant is. I don't have one.
But it's not Taco John's.
Frickin' crickets, man. I did not know what to do right then. I'm like, the girl's in radio. She's in radio. She's in radio with me. In radio. She understands the importance of the interview. And she's on the interview. I don't have one, John. Frick it. Why don't you lie next time and tell me you have one? Get the phone book. Read a review.
Oh, gosh. No, so yeah, my favorite restaurant, I don't have one, but I know it's not Taco John's. That's how I'm going to answer that now.
No.
Thank you very much.
Is it because the guy's named John? Because, there's a lot of abuse to the name John.
Yes. That's another topic that we could talk about is people's names. And
it's biblical 1 minute, the next minute it's a toy. It's biblical the next minute. The next minute it's a it's a guy who visits the ladies of the night. I can't decide.
I'm just saying.
Are you picking up a hooker or taking a dump? What do you think, John?
You have one of those names that are multifunctional.
Yeah, it's pizza, Papa John. It's tacos, Taco John. Both lead you to the toilet, also called John.
Oh my God, you could just make a whole little story out of that.
Hey.
One day I went to Taco John's and then I came home and I wasn't feeling really well and I had to use a John.
That's right. Poor John.
Hi, my name is John. I went to Taco John's. Well, what else are they going to call that? I don't even know.
I have no clue. Oh, wow. We've been talking about television shows for an hour and a half.
Oh, my gosh. And we still have people listening? Holy buckets.
Holy buckets. I think our next show should be stupid saying, what the hell do they mean? Holy buckets.
Oh, that's
The only thing I can think of is I would not want to use a holy bucket to get water. Because that would be a waste of time.
That's it exactly. Let's put that down for a topic.
Oh, yeah. Bearded
Stupid
CB.
sayings.
Bearded CB finished your sentence, by the way. He says that you went to Taco John's and then had to visit the John while on the radio with a guy named John.
Yeah. See, there you go. End of story. Thank you, Bearded CB. Just saying. Cobra says that there's 489,582 listening. Wow, that would be a record.
Apparently the show is like a silk clock. So Douglas knows that phrase drives me crazy. It's like a silk clock.
Silk
What?
clock.
The hell does that freaking mean?
See, look at all the topics that we can just come up with for the future, right here. Just saying. But yeah, no, I did you enjoy the favorite TV shows of all time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like
I
that
thought it
a lot.
was a good topic. And it was nice to see that people in the chat room were throwing out their stuff there too, with their favorite TV
Oh, yeah.
shows and
Well,
series and whatnot.
it's not that way now so much, which is what I've noticed. It's not so much now that way, but back in the day, but let's go back to before 2000, television was an important piece.
Mm-hmm.
I always gauge people loving a TV show by are they willing to rearrange things for it? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Back in the day, you had to quick, call Barry, tell him to freaking make sure the VCR is running so I can record my episode of blah. They went out of their way to make sure something was happening, or you didn't really want to go to the grocery store that day. I'll do it tomorrow,
Yeah,
because
I'll
I'm
do
gonna
it
get
tomorrow.
I'm gonna get behind.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be
Yeah.
rushing. I'll forget something, and I just want to be home tomorrow so I can watch my show.
Yeah.
And the
Yep.
phrase "my show," my
Mhm.
show's my show.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's not. I mean, I don't know. It just seems now it's not that even that awesome anymore. I mean, I
No.
literally am down to.
There's still some good ones out there, though. I mean, now.
I can't think of one that I'm excited about.
Really?
No, I like to watch the.
So you don't have. Oh, okay. I don't have a favorite restaurant. No, you don't have a favorite TV show. I think we're even. Thank you very much.
No. I've had favorite TV shows. You've never had a favorite restaurant. Christine, what's your favorite restaurant? My kitchen. Done.
hmm Okay then.
So as we end this episode, everybody type in the chat room your favorite. This way you won't have to deal with this. We'll have them quickly type in the chat room their favorite guilty pleasure show. All right, this is the show you don't want everybody to know about, or at least talk about. So as we're ending the show, they can all type that in there, and then we won't be able to talk about it. But they can look at it from each other.
Look at each
Yeah.
other.
My stupid
Oh,
show,
yeah.
my dumbass show. I don't know why I liked it. I really don't. For some reason, it was just one of those feel good moments for me. Wes, are you ready? Grizzly
Mhm.
Adams.
Really?
I liked it. I liked it.
The guy in the bush with the bear. There's nothing to talk about there.
No, listen.
Okay.
Number one, there was no bush. Okay, there were woods. It was a forest. He never touched the bear, and there was no bush. Cobra says Miranda sings. I just found out what that meant from I think it was a week or two ago.
Miranda, what?
There was something on YouTube, and I remember seeing it. Miranda saying that one. What the hell? I'll give it to you. Oh my god!
What is that?
It's a stupid thing.
Is
It's apparently some normal person who pretends to be stupid for kids on YouTube. It was pretty stupid though. So I luckily I know what this is because he said Miranda sings. So I know what that is now, but I would have just
Should I
been
be
wondering.
scared that you know that what it is?
Well, I mean,
Should I be
was-
concerned?
it was weird. Well, it was a picture of a woman with lipstick. You don't understand it. There's lipstick up by her nose and stuff, and you're like, what the hell is that all about? And it said something about I don't remember what it was. I think it was something backing off, whatever. I don't know what the hell it was. But I clicked on it to see what the hell it was, and I was wondering what it was. I thought it was a fight or something happened. Oh no, that's not what it was at all. It was clickbait, and I got baited. And it was some chick who actually acts just totally stupid.
Oh my god! I just pulled up an image of her.
Now you see the lipstick? Do you see what I'm talking about? There was yes,
Yeah.
See, and it makes you wonder what the hell is that all about?
Who wears lipstick like that anyway?
I don't know, but I mean, I just thought it was weird. I went, wow, what the hell? And it was I can't remember what it was. It was something. It sounded like a fight or whatever, like she got in a fight or something like that. Yeah, it's just weird. So she's one of those
Okay.
YouTube people that does dumb shit for kids to get kid views. or
Alrighty
whatever.
then.
I got clickbaited. You know.
Thanks,
There you go.
Cobra.
Bearded
Something
CB.
new
Bearded
today.
CB remembers. See,
What's
old
that?
old number 7. That was the donkey. That was Jack's. Old man Jack's donkey. Old lucky number 7.
Oh boy.
Boy, Cobra says she has 9.6 million subscribers, and he's one of them. Does she have that many? Wow.
Wow.
That's wow. Wow. I just thought it was
Okay.
something stupid. I was like, what? You see that picture and you're going, what the hell?
Yeah.
The clickbait was something. It made me think there was a fight or something.
Wow.
And I went, oh
Yeah.
wow. I went, wow. And it looked like her makeup had gotten hit and was pushed up in her face. I'm like, oh well,
Mhm.
okay, yeah, I'll try. No, she actually wears it like that. That was like,
Yeah.
hi, and she has this fucked up voice. I mean, insane voice.
Okay then.
And I went. The only reason I remember that channel is I went, what the hell is this channel called?
Yeah.
It was so stupid. So you looked at it through the channel
Mhm.
call and it said Miranda Sings. I'm like,
Oh boy.
where would you even get that from?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you call your
Yeah.
channel Miranda Sings? You're just running around doing stupid shit for getting kid votes or whatever. Nutty stuff.
Yep.
Am I pushing the button now?
I think so. So I just wanted to take a moment to say thanks everybody that joined me in the chat room this evening. Thanks everybody that listened live here on Spreaker. Thanks to everybody that will listen to us on podcast on
Go
our
ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. Say it. Rub it
on iHeart, Spotify, iTunes.
in.
I'm not sure what the rest is, but I've been told there is more out there. And I just wanted to say thanks everybody that does come back each week and listen to us in podcast. It's very amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's it. We will have another topic next week. And everybody have a good night and a good week ahead of you.